Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab. In the wee hours of the morning, sun is up now, but still early, doing what I do for you. Oh, I got a good one for you today. Let's go. Rightisms. 25 rules to live by. Storytelling. Story with a message. Put the message in the story for life. These are life lessons I'm giving. You tune in to receive them. Oh, I got plenty more for you. Just stay tuned. Let's do this. Right Thinkers mission, and that's what I'm on. Now I'm loving it. It's to enlighten. I'm doing that. Inspire. Hopefully getting that done. Educating. Educate. I give you that. And motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Knowing yourself a little bit better from the inside makes you feel good. Right Thinkers way of life through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to what? Obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is for all my right thinkers to do just that. Know yourself. I appreciate you tuning in, but the goal is to get something out of tuning in, checking me out. That's gonna work for you. That's what I do for you. Let's go. The question that I ask, and it's important that you have to answer for yourself. Know thyself. Do you know who you are? These are different kinds of people. You fall in a category somewhere. Let's find out. Only you know that. A person who knows and knows, excuse me, a person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard it. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You teach them. That's my right thinkers in training. Stay tuned. I got you. That's what I do. It's all for you to get what you need to be your best you. A person who knows not and believes that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is asleep. A lot of people at this time of the morning, but okay, I'm the spiritual alarm clock. My job is to wake you up with knowledge of self. I'm here. Let's go. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons, they reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. And to my yacht, be true. I gave my kudos to my boys. I'm going to a cookout today, all that's good stuff. But let's get back to the lesson. I got a good one for you today. I came up with this concept. Right thinkers, let's talk about will, free will. The power, excuse me, let's talk about willpower, the inner strength to do the right thing. Remember, you got to have drive, desire, aka will, to get something done. So I got a concept. Let me see if I can get this somebody, see if it makes sense to you. When I was thinking about it, it made a lot of sense. Now I'm saying, well, you think they're gonna understand this concept? Well, I got big respect and understanding for you guys. I think you will. So I'm gonna give it to you. You ready? Let's go. The great I am gave us our great I will. You are what you will and will allow you to be conceptually. We are what we think we are, but we only going to be what the environment that we brought up in will allow us to be until we become aware of ourselves and change that. But until then, the first 7 years, we are just products of the environment, absorbing, okay? We're strengthening our what? Our will, because the will is what makes you act. The heart is I am. That's where God dwells. That's why at Judgment Day, you was judged by the contents of your heart. The content of your knowledge in your mind means nothing at Judgment Day. It only counts in this world where it can what? Be used. If you have knowledge and you don't use it, you don't get it passed. You can't take it with you. So use it, share it. That's what it's all about. That's what I do it for. Now, the heart, understand this. Well, okay, your heart is the I am. The conscious, which is the brain, the mind, is the I will. And when I will meets I am, that's the heart mind coherence. I thought about It was so easy for me to come with that concept. Why? Because when you got willpower, that means you're driven. When you got heartfelt emotions, then you're doing the right thing. That means you're going the right way. That means you got a good set of understanding that you can work with. Your foundation is strong. When your will and your consciousness and your heart come together, that's a match made in heaven, as they say. All right, let's go. Now the will, which is the mind, the brain, whatever, conscious, again. The will decide what it will do with what? Now with self-knowledge, this decision making, I keep telling you, if you have no knowledge, how can you make good decisions? You need to have knowledge to make a decision. Why? You have a choice to do what's right and do what's wrong. With knowledge of that, then you can make a better decision in life. This is why we teach our young early, right from wrong. They need to know that. That's the basics. So, but now, if you're spiritually ignorant, a lot of us is, the will is lost. It has to meet what? The heart. It's trying to find its mate. What they call it, your flame, your soul flame, your soulmate, all these things that they call it. But you need a pair to make a whole. You need two things to make a whole. So having half of something or one of something don't really amount to much. You can't make a whole with, you can't make a yin of the yang without the yin of the yang. You need both. Again, opposites, choices, duality. In order for you to have a rational option, you need two things. 50-50 makes a whole. Here you go. So now with self-knowledge is what makes the will strong. Right? Think of philosophy feeds your will with what? Knowledge. Spiritual truth. So now when the will has to do what it has to do, it has something to work with. Knowledge of self, knowledge to make good decisions, knowledge to do what's right, understanding right from wrong. That's why we teach. That's why we educate. That's why I try to enlighten. All these things are self-survival mechanisms for every human being. Sorry about that. Now, with willpower, you can do or undo anything you have to do in life. This is why a bad person can become good. A good person can also become bad. It ain't a one-way door. That door swings both ways. If the power of your will is strong, meaning you have knowledge. Well, strong means what? You will do whatever you have to do. Why? Knowing that you have to do this will put you in a position to do it. Knowing you got to get up every day, knowing you got to participate in society to make your way. That's willpower. Will's what's going to drive you to do that. The less knowledge you have of that, the less your will can drive you. If your will, like this, right back to the get. Now, if your will is weak, and a lot of us are self-motivated. We're not self-starters. So some of us need to be motivated. Some of us need to be inspired. Some of us need to be enlightened and proud and proud to get to do the right thing. Some people live better under them conditions. I know some people, when you mentally instituted, you go to prison, you good function when somebody tell you what to do. Why? You comfortable because you don't know what to do for yourself. That's how you ended up in there. Bad leadership, self-control, self-understanding, and knowledge of self. So some things you can do to avoid certain situations. If you don't want the jail or prison life, don't do things that'll get you there. It's just that simple. Now, if your will is weak and you become, your will is weak and you become dependent, and you will become dependent on something to get you through, to get you by. Some people use coffee, some people use drugs, whatever your mechanism, coping mechanism they call it, to get you through. That's your choice, your decision. And when you make that, that's not the problem. It's the consequences of that choice that you make is most of our problem that we don't see until it becomes a problem. Doing the right thing, living the right way, avoids that problem in your life for yourself. Never mind what somebody else is doing. You need to get full control over you and coordinate yourself to do the things that you need to do with your free will. Sorry about that. Let me go that far. Now, when my will was weak, and understand it, I was doing wrong things in life. to myself. Again, self-inflicted fetters, self-inflicted situations. Why? Because of ignorance, lack of knowing. You're going to make bad decisions if you don't know the right decision to make. And when you have a weak willpower, you will find yourself addicted to something. Men, women, substance, whatever it is, you're going to have to rely on something. Why? Because your will is weak. That's why. Now, I proved my willpower to be strong when I what change my life, and that's the whole part about it. If your will ain't to change to do it be better, it's weak, it's ignorant, and it's not going to help you. You have to motivate yourself or get somebody to motivate you. Why? Because you obviously can't do it for yourself, so you need a little help. That's why I come in there. That's why I try to help you along the way. That's what I'm trying to explain to you every day. Come get your lessons. That's the right thinking way. Now, in my life at this point, if it's not right, excuse me, now, if it's right, oh, I will do it. If it's good, I'm going to do it. Watch this. Being a man of my word. If I say it, then I will do it. I don't like telling things that I don't do. I hate being told things, so I don't do that to people. Remember, and we don't understand this one concept that I live by, right thinking philosophy, one of the major rules. Don't do things to people that you don't want done to you. That'll make you a good person. Why? Because you're not going to do things that you don't want done to you. That's real simple. But we end up doing things that if it was done, would you want somebody to do that to you? Would you want to be mistreated? Would you want to be played? Would you want to be used? Those are the things that people do to do what they want to do for themselves. That's not well. That's just greed, okay? Ignorance. Now, moving on. Right thinking philosophy is all about what? Living a spiritually disciplined lifestyle. That's doing the right thing when daily. I ain't running around here holier than thou. I am running around here doing the right thing. You can't. Well, he think he better. Nope. I just do the right thing. That's it. It ain't it ain't brain surgery, okay? It ain't rocket science. Basic, simple instructions while you living them for yourself and proving, yeah, this works. What? It's simple fact. That's what you need to be doing. That's why right thinking is a way of life, not a religion. Not a religion, you follow a pattern, same thing, but it's the way you live. Now, I'm at a place in my life right now where I know wrong from right, like day and night. If you're still confused about what's right and what's wrong in your life, keep practicing. Right thinking philosophy, I help you out. But you need to know things that you need to know in order to do things you need to do for yourself. If you're a servant of God, watch this. Okay, or have been given a mission like I have personally. I'm on my mission because I was not a lesson, but yeah, if you're that, then you will do what? The right thing. So, whatever that is for you, whatever situation you're confronted with, you're going to do what's right. That's being spiritually disciplined. I can do what I want to do. That's going to get me in trouble. Why? Because there's consequences behind that action that I want to perform. When we don't think about the consequences of our actions, we're probably going to do that action. And then we got to face the consequences because we didn't think twice about it. Okay? Just a little lesson, tidbit. And I got to live by the same concept I got to live by. I'm not immune. I'm no different. And I was told that by my dude. You ready? You ready for what's going to happen after that? Got you. Now, if it's wrong, here we go. Now we getting to the other side. I will not do it. Why? That's my choice. Again, those choices to do wrong was mine to make. And when it's time to pay the price, it was mine to pay. I still feel the same way. I'm just living right now. So I've got a problem paying for the good deeds I do. Why? Because I get blessed. I don't have to worry about karma or other stuff. When I was young and dumb, yeah, I did what was wrong. What? By choice. Nobody made me do it. Nobody said, yo, man, nope, nope. It was all my choice. Take responsibility for your actions, even when they're wrong. What? It's still yours. That's why. Just try to make better decisions. So your responsibility for making better decisions is rewarded with blessings and good things, not circumstances and consequences that's going to give you what you deserve. And sometimes you don't want that. Remember, it's self-defeating when you get caught cheating. I'm not a cheater. I was a woman's, I said now, when I was young, I was a womanizer, okay? Big time. Liar. All wrong. What? But by my choice, I chose to do, again, those things that I chose to do, they was wrong, but that was what I was doing. Now, again, now, back then, because man, that was, big difference. But see, now I make better what? Life choices because I'm spiritually disciplined and because now I have something more valuable than gold, self-knowledge. If you think material things is going to make you happy or better, but I guarantee you self-knowledge will take care of one problem. Just one, okay? When you know you, when you can do and be your best you, there is no problems. Everything else you can work with, you can figure it out. But when you don't know you, it's nothing but a problem. Everything's a problem now. So understand that. Know thyself and eliminate that one problem that most of us don't see. Okay? And that's why we can't solve it. The thing with problem is if you know it's a problem, it's halfway solved. If you don't know you have a problem, there's no way you can solve it. So that's the difference. Now, watch this. My willpower is so strong at this point in my life that I will not do wrong. Oh, you perfect. Oh, no. See, again, don't assume a thing. Just understand what I'm saying to you. I conduct myself in a manner in which I know the difference between right and wrong, and I do what's right. I'm not going to do what's wrong. Normally, that's not smart. I'm not perfect by no stretch, but I'm right. The more spiritual knowledge that you live by, you have the stronger your willpower will be also when you have self-knowledge, when you have understanding, then your will to do will be very strong. Why? Because it's aspiring. That's what we call them aspirants. The wills is like it's desire. But if it's going in the wrong direction, if you don't focus your wills and your knowledge and understanding of who you are into that little channel, you're gonna be all over the place. So focus. Last one. I'm wrapping it up. Hope you get the lesson. I'm just babbling now. I feel like. Let me get this thing out the way. Now, free will, aka conscious. That's what we're given to do what? Know ourselves and our higher self. So you're supposed to use that. Why? That's all we got. You got something else other than conscious, let me know. You got something bad than free will, I'm listening. But when you have that, understand that, and just use it. In the words of TD Jakes, you find what works in you, work it. Find out how to know thyself, and you work it. And when you find yourself, then you can go on and do anything else you want to do. Trust me. Let's wrap it up. Now, with free will, you can what? Make the choice to do what? Know thyself or just do thyself. Again, lower level. Your choice. Higher level, lower level. When you make the choice, there's consequences that come with that choice that you made. That's called life. If you're ignorant, that don't exonerate you from nothing. And if you're ignorant of your higher self, having free will does you no good. That's why we got a bunch of people working here now. Just why? They got free will, but they don't know nothing about nothing, so they just lost. AKA, they either hooked on a drug, they either caught up in some other stuff that they don't know what they're doing, so they lost. Again, that's what it's all about. Enlightening them will help the situation. Why? Because those ones causing most of the bad problems. We need to corral them up and get them in some sign. No, we just give them a space to say, well, you want to get high, you want to do drugs, then we're going to help you out. We call them galleries. Amsterdam, the red light district, you always have access to illegal drugs. That's a choice. That's why they put you to the side. Those people, you deal with them that kind of way. That's why we got law enforcement. Because y'all going to break the law. Why? Because y'all not doing what you need to do. That's why your will is weak and you're addicted to something. So moving on, sorry about that. My goal is to help you with that, not to encourage you that. No, not doing that. I know the side of the fence I stand on. I'm against drug use in the discussion. If and when you become spiritually enlightened, being able to get off that stuff that you're dependent on, you will is well, your will is well founded and grounded. So now you can produce, you can manifest and better yourself. You'll never do that if you fall victim of having a weak will constitution and you can't stop doing something that's causing you harm. Harm reduction. Yeah, get off the problem. Stop things that's causing you harm. Excuse me. Right thing philosophy will make you what? God conscious. My goal to get you to God, aka knowing thyself, is a good choice. When you make the choice to better yourself, that's when the master will appear. They say the master will appear when the student is ready. When you're ready, you'll hear the truth. Truth is always out there. You just ain't paying attention to it when you're not paying attention. When you're out there doing the other stuff. Okay, last one. When you become God conscious, master right thinker, your conscious will be your God. Again, let your conscience be your God. He gave us that. Once you marry that with your heart, now you're led by the heart and the mind. That's conscious. That's being God conscious. That's right through philosophy goal to get you to do just that. I got more for you. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. It went a long while.